The governor race is heating up after 5 tribes endorsed Joy Hoffmeister. We have the latest. Governor Stitt reacts to the tribe's endorsement and students walk out on OU's campus. This is OU Nightly. For watching OU Nightly, I'm Stone Weber.
And I'm Cameron Joyner. We begin tonight with some historic news. The 5 largest tribes in Oklahoma endorsed a candidate for governor today, something that has not happened before in state history. The 5 tribes gathered together today to announce their endorsement of Democrat Joy Hoffmeister. OU Nightly reporter Purpura is live in Oklahoma City where it all took place.
Cameron, Stone, history was made here earlier today when 5 of Oklahoma's largest tribes came together to endorse a gubernatorial candidate for the first time ever.
100,000. That's how many Oklahomans belong to the state's 5 largest tribes. Now, their leaders are backing Joy Hoffmeister for governor.
I am truly humbled, honored, but it is also a signal of the kind of collaboration and unity that I am determined to bring.
The tribe's leaders say they've come together because this election is different from any other.
The outcome of this election will affect, for good or ill, how Oklahoma looks, again, not just over the next 4 years, but for the next generation.
Hoffmeister says she wants to prioritize sovereignty.
And I am ready to partner and give the respect for tribal sovereignty that has been lacking.
They also say they feel she is willing to work with them.
My goodness, that's all we ask for. We don't ask for somebody just to blindly follow the tribes. We ask for them to be genuinely curious, genuinely interested, and wanting to start out with the idea that we're partners.
OU Nightly reached out to Governor Stitt by email and requested an interview at a business expo Tuesday. He declined to comment both times.
Polling data from last Friday showed that Hoffmeister had a 4-point lead on Governor Stitt even before the tribe's endorsement. Live outside the Petroleum Club Event Center, I'm Purpura, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Pepper. Our team coverage continues now with Dacoda McDowell-Wahpekeche. He's at the state capitol with reactions from tribal leaders. Dacoda?
Today at the Petroleum Club Event Center, Joy Hoffmeister, a Republican turned Democrat, received the gubernatorial endorsement from the 5 civilized tribes.
I mean, he came right out of the gate looking to fundamentally cut the legs out from under tribes on something that not only helps us, but helps the whole state.
That's what Cherokee Principal Chief Chuck Hoskins had to say about Oklahoma Governor and Cherokee citizen Kevin Stitt. The 5 civilized tribal leaders say that Joy Hoffmeister is the best option for bettering the state.
She supports public schools, she supports health care, she supports education, she supports economic development. When I see that makes me want to support Joy Hoffmeister.
The tribal leaders say they are doing this because of the need to grow Oklahoma and its tribal nations together and not pull them apart.
And I really believe that she has proven that she's of service to the state of Oklahoma and to the people of Oklahoma.
They say this is the first time that the 5 tribes banded together to support a candidate in the race.
But it takes working together. And from when I spoke with Joy, she has it in her heart. She wants to do what's best. So her integrity, just when you first meet a person, you kind of sense of what she truly feels. And that's what I get from her.
There's no way he can match her in the areas of education, simply because she's been in the position where she's been in for many years and also understands where we need to go as far as Oklahoma is concerned.
Now, Election Day is November 8th, and these 5 Native leaders are hoping to reel in more votes for Joy Hoffmeister with this endorsement. Reporting in Oklahoma City, Dacoda McDowell-Wahpekeche, OU Nightly.
While the tribe showed support for candidate Hoffmeister, another group who has been vocal about its issues with Governor Stitt held a rally on OU's campus today. LGBTQ+ students and allies gathered today in response to a recent bill and to mark National Coming Out Day. OU Nightly's Bella Roddy was there, and she joins us live from the South Oval. Bella.
That's right, guys. Right out here on the South Oval is where the walkout began. But this one here in Norman was actually a part of a national event called Strike Out Homophobia. This year's National Coming Out Day means more to those on the South Oval today.
This is something that's been going on for over 50 years.
It also marked the day of a nationwide protest. At over 100 different college campuses, students were walking out in protest and upholding a list of demands.
Now we are asking the University of Oklahoma to start, a process with us to kind of like make a better, a safer, and more inclusive and more equitable community here at OU.
The list of demands includes requiring resources for minorities and LGBTQ to have access and enforcement of Title IX policies, ending the university's ability to allow discrimination and erasure of LGBTQ students, and the guarantee of protection for all students, staff, and faculty to have the ability to exist completely as themselves. And when I asked the question, why a walkout, their answer was clear.
It grabs people's attention. That's really what it is. It grabs people's attention. We now know that administration is aware, the Board of Regents is aware. They know we're here.
The walkout took place from 1 to 3 p.m. earlier today, but we have not heard back from the university a response. Reporting live, Bella Roddy, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Bella. As the drought rolls in central Oklahoma, the city of Norman joins many other towns and counties in a burn ban. Cleveland County and adjoining McLean County went under burn bans earlier today. The ban prevents people from having an open fire like a campfire or burning trash. The burn ban remains in effect for at least 14 days, and the majority of central and eastern Oklahoma is also in a burn ban.
And that means the rain this morning didn't do much to help out today.
Yeah, we definitely need more of that.
Josh Duncan joins us now with a first look at the forecast. Josh, is that the last of the rain for a while?
Well, we had some off and on rain here over the past day or so, and here's a look at some of those 24-hour totals. Right around 1/10 of an inch in the metro, but some spots did receive a little bit more. And in terms of what's happening right now, most of the state is dry, but down in southeastern parts of the state, we're continuing to watch some scattered showers, and we'll track these along with a better chance for some thunderstorms for parts of the state tonight before a big cool down moves in. Just wait until you see the numbers coming up. Stone?
Thanks, Josh. There's no doubt OU fans still don't want to talk about what happened this weekend in Dallas, but we do want to report a special event that took place surrounding the OU-Texas game, one that remembers OU Nightly staff member and meteorology student Nicholas Nair. Nick's family held a backyard ceremony this weekend where they announced donations to the Nicholas Nair Foundation. The foundation was established by Nick's parents, and they plan to donate up to 3 scholarships per year for OU meteorology students and 3 scholarships for students from his high school. Nick died in a tragic crash late last spring along I-35 in northern Oklahoma. 2 other meteorology students were killed with him. You can learn more about donating to the foundation by going to nicholasnairfoundation.com.
And Russia continues to advance on Ukraine, making several attacks to their infrastructure. Donovan England has that and the rest of today's international headlines from the News Center.
After 23 years in prison, Adnan Syed is a free man. His murder charges were dropped today after Baltimore State Attorney Marilyn Mosby found that advanced DNA tests ruled out Syed. The decision comes years after the disappearance of Hae-Min Lee. Mosby says that items tested were never tested before, and as for Syed, the case is over. Prosecutors will continue to investigate Lee's death to find whoever's responsible. Ukraine's infrastructure is being attacked, especially in the area of Lviv. 30% of their energy infrastructure has been hit by Russian missiles, and 4 electrical substations are damaged. This is causing destabilization throughout the region of Lviv. NATO representatives believe Ukraine has a momentum and that President Vladimir Putin's horrific acts are failing. And Honda and LG pick a location in Ohio as the site of their multi-billion-dollar electric vehicle battery plant. That's all for today's national headlines.
Thanks, Donovan. When we return, a sneak peek into the debt forgiveness plan. Find out what the White House has to say.
And would you trust your car to drive itself? Well, apparently a concerning number of self-driving car owners don't even feel the need to watch the road anymore. More on that after the break.
A preview was released today of the student loan forgiveness website. Summer Miller has that and the rest of today's headlines from Science and Technology.
That's right. Today, the Biden administration offered a first look at the upcoming student loan forgiveness website. President Joe Biden announced in August his decision to cancel up to $10,000 in student debt for individuals making less than $125,000 a year, and applications for those eligible could be up by later this month. Officials say the website is designed to be simple and straightforward with fewer questions for borrowers. A study from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety shows some drivers may be putting a little too much trust into their self-driving cars. The research found that 42% of Tesla drivers and 12% of Nissan drivers are comfortable letting their car drive itself without keeping an eye on the road. Researchers say most drivers do not understand the limits of these systems and should take caution when using them. And a Minnesota man is a new record holder after growing a pumpkin that weighs more than 2,500 pounds. I'm not sure if it can be carved, but it could be a great carriage. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Summer. And coming up on OU Nightly, a campus group prepares for homecoming week.
Find out how this group is planning for an annual OU tradition. And Josh, are these overcast days going to start becoming a trend?
Well, we're going to see another round of rain for some areas tonight before sunshine returns by the end of the week, and then some big changes on the way for the second half of the weekend. All those details and more are coming up after the break. And thanks for joining us here on OU Nightly. We've been tracking rain today and still holding on to some scattered showers in southeastern portions of the state right now. But this is going to be winding down here over the next few hours as it continues to move off to the northeast. So taking a look at Futurecast here for the overnight, a cold front is going to be moving through early tomorrow morning, and that could lead to more showers and thunderstorms, especially in northeastern Oklahoma. Further southwest, the chances of rain are lower, but everyone will see this cold front move through, bringing in some very strong wind gusts out the door tomorrow morning. Winds could gust 25 to 30 miles per hour out of a northerly direction, but it's not going to cool us down all too much. Highs still in the mid-70s to around 80 degrees here right on through the end of the work week. And that is well above average. The average high in the low 70s. So we're going to be above that standard through Saturday, but then some major changes to our weather coming in for the second half of the weekend and early next week. It is going to be turning much cooler for a good portion of the middle part of the country. A live look outside right now from the campus cam at the South Oval shows some of the trees starting to change colors there with the leaves, and the current temperature 75 degrees, south winds 21 miles per hour right now. Those are going to flip around to the north late tonight as lows reach the 50s and low 60s. 64 will be the low in Norman, 65 in Oklahoma City. And again, a slight chance of rain in the metro, better chances in northeastern Oklahoma late tonight into early tomorrow morning. Highs on Wednesday will be in the upper 70s to low 80s across southern Oklahoma. We'll go for 79 degrees right here in Norman, 78 in Oklahoma City, and Lawton topping out around 81 degrees with lots of sunshine once we get into the afternoon. Your 7-day forecast shows the quiet weather coming back here for a few days. Then Saturday, a high of 85. There's a storm chance Saturday night, and then look at this. Upper 60s and low 70s for highs. That is going to be feeling much more like fall early next week. Cameron?
Thanks, Josh. Homecoming festivities are underway here at OU, but one campus organization has a unique way of celebrating this season. OU's Black Student Association is holding their annual Homecoming Week. They will be hosting a tailgate, tiny desk fest, and a homecoming day party. For the Black community, the main purpose of this week is celebrating family and belonging.
OU, it is very diverse, but in order to have our own BSA homecoming, it's like giving a sense of togetherness and having our own thing where we don't have to feel like we're being judged and that we can be our own individual selves.
Festivities start Wednesday morning with R&B yoga at the Walker Adams Mall.
OU suffered its toughest loss of the season this weekend at the Cotton Bowl.
It was a painful one, Stone, and Brent Venables spoke to the media today, and Monday Night Football featured another thriller. OU Nightly's Jimmy Wicks has that and an update on an OU legend in sports.
Yeah, guys, Brent Venables gave his thoughts on the shutout loss to the Longhorns, and we got some fireworks from last night's game. And a former Sooner will miss time for the Carolina Panthers. We have this and more coming up on sports. Stick around. Breaking news, Kansas quarterback Jalen Daniels is expected to miss the rest of the season with a shoulder injury, according to the Lawrence Journal-World. Hello, I'm Jimmy Wicks, and it's time for sports. After one of the worst losses in the 118-year history of the Red River rivalry, this morning Brent Venables hasn't lost focus.
It's incredibly important that this week, like any other week, is virtually the same in regards to what it takes to win and be successful. We're still not where we want to be, obviously. This is a game of improvement, it's a game of development, and we obviously have a long ways to go. Right now, for whatever reason, we haven't been able to get into a good rhythm here the last several weeks as a football team.
The Sooners are currently on the program's longest losing streak since 1998. OU is looking to keep the Jayhawks grounded when they fly to Norman this weekend. Jeffrey Johnson is setting the mindset in the locker room during this tough stretch.
I mean, obviously, especially for those young guys, and, it's kind of my job and the job of the other team leaders, just to help with that mindset. A lot of guys haven't been there before. And so, I mean, obviously, I've been there coming from, Tulane and all. But, I think it's, just keeping that mindset, understanding the standard is still a standard, no matter what happened last week or, the week before, it's the process still the same going forward.
Michaela Fortuna and Savannah Barber are leading the Sooners in the Lynx and the Fighting Illini Invitational. The Sooners are 14th out of 15 teams and finished the tournament shooting 3 over par. The season for the Carolina Panthers just keeps getting worse. First, Matt Rule fired following their 1-4 start. Now starting quarterback Baker Mayfield is slated to be out at least 2 to 6 weeks due to a high ankle sprain, according to Dave Noonan at ESPN. Now the Panthers will be led by interim coach Steve Wilks and former XFL star PJ Walker under center. In the battle of the AFC West contenders, the Raiders headed to Arrowhead to take on the 3-1 Kansas City Chiefs. Midway through the first, Derek Carr let it fly on 4th down to Devontae Adams to open up the scoring, but this night was all about the KC dynamic duo, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Kelce caught his first goal line touch to cut the deficit to 10 in the second. Mahomes once again found his homie Travis Kelce in the red zone, and he broke not 1 but 2 tackles and made his way into the end zone for the 3rd time. But with the Chiefs up 8, with minutes left, Mahomes lobbed yet another pass to Kelce to score his Monday Night Football record 4th touchdown to win 30-29. Guys, last night was a great night to have Travis Kelce on your fantasy team. Do y'all think Mahomes and Kelce is the best duo in the NFL?
Jamie, I'm going to have to agree with you. I think they are the best duo in the NFL, but with the recent winning streak of the Dallas Cowboys, Cooper Rush and CeeDee Lamb aren't far behind.
Stone, I'm not the sports expert here, so I'm just going to have to agree with you on that one. But speaking of winning streaks, if you're feeling lucky, then today might just be your day. That's right. That's right. The next drawing for the Mega Millions jackpot is tonight.
More on how much one lucky winner could be going home with when we come back.
I'm Ireland Fitzer at the OU Nightly Update Desk. The voice of Mrs. Potts and Beauty and the Beast and the star of Murder, She Wrote, Angela Lansbury, has passed away at 96 years old. Lansbury died in her sleep at 1:30 a.m. this morning at her home in Los Angeles, California. Her family said she had a peaceful passing and was just a few days short of her 97th birthday. Cameron, Stone, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Ireland. If you're looking to try your luck at the lotto, now might be the time. The jackpot has now reached $445 million.
The next Mega Millions drawing will take place tonight, and if a winner is drawn Tuesday, this would be the 12th largest jackpot in the game's 20-year history. The last jackpot won on July 29th was nearly $1.4 billion.
If you can believe it, that was only the second largest prize in Mega Millions history. And before we go, let's get one last look at the weather.
Josh, what can we expect this evening?
Well, after a slight storm chance tonight, it is going to turn very windy tomorrow morning, and then some nice weather, sunny and 75 on Thursday. It doesn't get much better than that. Another slight storm chance Saturday night, and then we turn much cooler early next week. Back to you.
Thanks, Josh, and thank you for watching OU Nightly.
Be sure to tune in weekdays at 4:30 p.m. Good night.